Okay, it's that time again. With that beautiful woman and that beautiful background, which looks like a painting, but it's not. It's for real. It's beautiful Southern California. And you're here for the Suzanne Somers Show. And here she is.
But you didn't tell them what the day is.
Pardon me?
We're paying tribute to Step by Step because it's the 30th anniversary of Step by Step.
That's right. 30th anniversary.
Yeah, I know. I know.
What happened to all those people?
Oh, Caroline and I were just talking. It was an impressive group of kids, although
No, they were.
It's really tough to be a kid actor because you get way too much attention. And then when the show ends, you don't get that attention anymore unless you happen to be the Fonz or somebody who moves on and becomes...
Or Chrissy Snow.
Or Chrissy Snow. Well, Chrissy Snow was never a child actor.
Yeah.
Maybe she...
But she acted like a child.
Yeah, she acted like a child,
Right.
yes. Hi, Caroline.
How are you?
Good.
Speaking of, you're making quite a splash today with your 75th birthday photo. With the legs of a teenager, I might add.
Well, I read in the article that I had said, they said for your 73rd birthday you went topless, which I didn't really. You saw the picture. I just lowered my top I wanted to be in the weeds, which were the same color of my hair. Alan and I were out walking in the mountain on our property, and I said, "Oh my gosh, the color of the brush has turned the color of my hair." So I said, "Take a picture of me." So I put my hair next to the plants, and I pulled my straps down so that it would just all be this long hair. But I guess it looked like I was naked. But anyway, so for the 75th, I decided let's show legs, and now I'm out of body parts. So I don't know. There's nothing I can do next year. 76. That's such a great birthday anyway. So, I always say, especially as we're getting older, only show what looks good. I remember one day I was out with my sister. This is when she was in her 50s. And she had this beautiful dress on. I think it was an Oscar de la Renta. And it was backless. And I said to Maureen, next time you should have some netting put in that back. I said backless is for 20, 25, maybe 30. After that, you start getting little, those little saggy things. And she took umbrage, and then I think she saw a picture of it. Oh, right. And I remember I told you that. Caroline has this beautiful back, and I remember telling her early on in our relationship, show your back.
You did.
Yeah.
Show your back.
Show your back. Because you won't always have a great back. A lot of you is going to always look great, but you won't always have a great back. So while you have a great back, show your back. So for those of you who are in your 20s and 30s, if you're watching, show your back. Okay? That's my advice as an older woman. Anyway, I had a wonderful day today. Do you see these right here? You know what these are? Birthday cards. And you know what each one of them is? I got 3 huge bouquets of gardenias today. Another one from my husband, one from Corey Hay, who's my PR, and Denise Finnegan, my Irish friend PR, Brittany, and the whole team sent me one. And when I leave the studio today, I'm going to go out in the other room and see who's the third one from. I don't know. My mystery friend, Al. Who could that be?
I know.
You know?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Who?
Me.
Oh, no, I said I got them from you again.
I sent you 2.
Oh, you sent me 2?
Yeah.
You sent me 2?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And he wrote me this letter, and it had been sitting on my desk, I guess, but there's been a lot of activity around here, and I didn't see it. And so he just handed it to me a little while ago. Oh, wow. I'm so humbled. It's just such a beautiful letter, essentially saying, I couldn't love you more. Isn't that just beautiful? And then my son wrote this beautiful thing. Did you read what Bruce wrote, Alan?
I did.
About me as a warrior.
Beautiful.
Those things mean a lot. And I don't think of myself in any of those terms, but I have, as all of us have, there's nobody who gets off scot-free. Nobody has a life without problems. Nobody has, nothing bad's ever happened to me. And I venture to say that if nothing bad's ever happened to you yet, some big fist is down the line, this year breaking my neck and my spine. Did I think I was going to have that? No. It's just like, I say this all the time. It's not the problems in your life that define who you are as a person. It's how you respond to the problems in your life that define who you are as a person. So if my son thinks that I'm a warrior, I'm glad. It was not easy, at the same time wonderful, to be a teenage mother and have no money. I mean, no money. No money. Have you ever had no money? I had no money. No money. Like, that's why we called my Broadway musical The Blonde and the Thunderbird, because the Thunderbird brought me to prominence, but one of the musical numbers we did in the musical was me pulling up to the toll taker at the Golden Gate Bridge, and the toll taker saying it's 25 cents, and I look through my purse and I go, oh, I forgot my wallet, and he goes, we're going to have to leave something as collateral. So I said, how about a lipstick? He said, that'll do. And then I realized, oh, lipstick can be money. I had lots of old lipsticks around. So
I remember when we had no money.
We had no money.
I mean, no money.
Yeah.
Living
Here,
in
I thought I was moving with a rich guy.
living.
Top of the morning to you all.
Oh yeah, top of the morning
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? And I
Well,
made you a
Irish
great dinner
Colleen.
tonight. Yeah.
We couldn't pay the rent. This was the precursor to Three's Company, where every episode was about you couldn't
Not being able to pay the rent. But when you and I couldn't pay the rent,
We couldn't.
that was
pay the
like
rent.
that. But that wasn't. I thought, oh, okay,
Yeah, couldn't pay the rent.
because I knew how to deal with that.
The two of us couldn't pay the rent. It was $200 a month, and you sold my clothes to
Yeah,
pay the rent.
and I got a lot for your cashmere coat. That was great. I actually could have gotten the $200 for the coat, but I sold along with it your monogrammed shirts and things like that. He came home and he goes, "Where are my clothes?" I go, "I sold them."
You also sold my aquarium with the guppies.
Yeah, and they said, "Where's my aquarium?" I said, "I sold it." He
Everything.
said, "Why?"
I
I
had
said,
nothing left.
"We needed it." I mean, I came from that world of you did what you had to do if you needed
But you
the
know what
money.
was great?
What?
We had the greatest meals. In
Always.
that crummy little.
I know that crummy little.
Space. It wasn't even an apartment.
No.
It was a space.
Yeah, yeah. No, I met Alan, who's the Johnny Carson of Canada, and he lived in a mansion in Toronto, and had lots of money. And whenever he'd take me out for dinner, he'd pull out wads of money and do this. And I was always kind of turned on by the fact that he carried his money like that. But when he got divorced, he left everything to his wife and children. I mean, everything. I wasn't old enough to say everything, but really it was everything. And he moved in with me with my crummy furniture and my crummy dishes and my crummy everything. And then we built from there. And we've done okay, haven't we, Al?
Okay. Well, we were working things out then.
Yeah. I didn't have anything to work out. It was fine with me. I was fine with it. And I can't wait to go out in the other room and see all the gardenias. But I want to first tell you what we've got.
Okay.
We got a couple of bundles that are like step-by-step guide to skincare, how to do your facial cleansing morning and night. And this, I'm going to talk about the big bundle first, because actually I did this whole thing this morning. If my skin looks nice, it's because I did this whole regimen this morning. And so when Alan is finished there, I first took the greatest cleanser there ever was, everyday cleanser. Put it all over your eyes, take your eye makeup off with it, put it all over your face. It's olive based, it's loaded with so many beautiful emollients, it's all organic, certified toxic free, it's incredible. And just keep scrubbing until you feel like, I think my face is clean now and my eye makeup is all off. And then you take a warm washcloth and just hold it on your face and then wash it down and your face feels alive. And then you take the calming toner, and what's great about this is it's not meant to open up your pores, which usually toner does. You know, it opens up your pores with either alcohol or witch hazel. This has none of that. This is, let me look what's in there. Do you have the ingredients right in front of you?
Yeah. You meant to say it doesn't close your pores, which is what most toners do. Yours
That's what I meant.
opens your
She's
pores.
right, and she's right. There's everyday cleanser. I usually know off the...
Leaf and willow.
That's, yes, willow herb. It opens up your pores. Why? So that then your pores are open to receive the next thing, which is Alan's favorite product called liquid oxygen, right? Yeah. It's oxygen suspended in liquid. Don't ask me how. And it's got apple extract, watermelon extract, and lentil extract in it. Because we never want to just give you oxygen suspended in liquid. It's got the little insignia for certified toxic free. This is like giving your face a drink. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you go into your bathroom, put a couple of squirts of this in your hand and just put it on your face and give your face a drink. While you take a drink, you'll see a difference in the morning. Then, now you remember your pores are open. You've got the toner, you've got the liquid oxygen, and then you put on the Ageless Serum. Ageless Serum is our magic product. It's got sea algae in it, made from purified waters, and it's got African birch, which was used as medicine in Africa for centuries, and a whole lot of other healing properties. And it's got conductivity. We no longer have the Face Master, but for those of you who have a Face Master, you can use this as your conductive fluid. And then, if that's not enough, once a week or twice a week. For me, it's about 3 times a week because I wear makeup. Usually every time I do a show, I do an exfoliating that night. It's Exfoliating Peach Cleanser. Oh, can you open that out?
Certainly.
And you might show them right in front of the screen. Oh, good, he's having trouble too. How it's made with polished peach kernels. Look at that. And so, polished peach kernels, when you put this on your face, this is how you would start actually. You put it on your face, on dry skin, and just let it sit there for 2 minutes. Why? Because it will dissolve the dry skin between the cells. It'll start dissolving it. And then you scrub. And you scrub until you feel like you've got all the dead skin off. It's amazing what exfoliation does. It should be a part of our everyday regimen because we have complete skin turnover every 28 days, but that means you're sloughing off every day. And
so that's actually right in line with your period too. Right?
With my what?
Period.
I guess.
28 days.
Yeah. Well, well, you know what that actually is called? Want me to impress you? Apoptosis.
That's the death of cells.
Death, birth, and death.
Right. Birth? Is it birth? Too?
Yeah, death, birth, and death. So our skins die, then they are reborn, and then they die, and then it's up. It's a continuing 28-day process.
What's that supplement that we sell that removes dead cells?
Senolytic. Senolytic activator, but that removes them from the internal you.
Right.
Senolytic activator.
That we're talking about on Friday.
It's when, our cells have a shelf life. And when they collapse and die or malfunction from chemical exposure, then they kind of lie on the floor, right? I'm using Suzanne speak. Senolytic activator, which you take once a week, is like a broom that sweeps out the old debris, okay? We'll talk about it a lot on Friday. And then finally, the Bioactive Moisturizer, which I just love. Bioactive Moisturizer has CoQ10 in it. And every cell in the body requires CoQ10 to make the mitochondria work. I use this all the time. I love the Bioactive Moisturizer. It just makes your skin amazing. I'm probably screwing up my makeup here, but it just feels so good. So that's the set. The set is the Everyday Cleanser, the Toner, the Liquid Oxygen, the Ageless Serum, the Exfoliating Peach Cleanser, and the Bioactive Moisturizer for the price of, Alan?
Okay.
$149.99.
So it's 80, what is it, 50, it's $80 off. It's 46% off.
Wow, okay.
It's a fabulous
That's your whole
deal.
thing. This will last you a long time.
Right.
Like I said, I use this whole set this morning. It's the one I always use. That's my go-to. And then at certain times of the month, I switch over to Manuka honey, or I switch over to.
I love the Manuka honey.
You do. You love the Manuka honey.
And we also have a 4-piece skincare kit if you want the smaller version.
Yeah, here
In that
it
one,
is.
you don't get the liquid oxygen
Or the peach.
exfoliating cleanser, and that one is under $100.
Yeah.
$99.99.
And that's a good set too.
Both of those qualify for free shipping. The smaller kit is 40% off the retail price, and the larger kit is the bigger discount at 46% off.
Right.
If you guys are new to Suzanne's skincare line, it's organic, it's certified toxic-free, no PEGs, no parabens. She doesn't use any artificial fragrance. She uses amazing botanical actives from around the world, that this magical formulator that she's worked with for years. And you get the results without getting the chemicals or the toxins. And they're just beautiful products.
So guess who I talked to today?
Someone from Step by Step?
Yes, I actually did.
Oh, wow. Okay, good. Because our theme today is Step by Step.
Who do you think I talked to today?
Did you talk to Patrick?
Yeah. I've actually talked to him almost every day this week. You know, we're such dear friends, and maybe I might go months and months without talking to him, and then all of a sudden we pick up again, and then we're back and forth with one another for a week or so. So he's coming out to the desert at Thanksgiving, so he's going to come over here for dinner one night, which I'm really excited about. And Patrick and I had the best time together. I always say he's my other great husband. He directed so many of the step-by-step episodes, and we got along famously. Never a cross thought, ever. We just got along. I got his humor. He's Irish, I'm Irish. I got his humor. And he was married for many, many years to Carlin Duffy, who was a prima ballerina, and he met her when he was, whatever you call, the spokesperson on the stage for the ballet. Well, he would just sit and watch Carlin dance, and she's just a beautiful dancer, and he loves her. And they had 2 sons, and sadly, she died about 5 years ago. And he's been so sad, and the loss was just almost unbearable for him. They were both Buddhists. They did everything together. He grew his own vegetables too, like me. We had a lot in common. And last year, he did a movie, and he met a woman by the name of Linda Pearl. This is out there in the public, so I'm not giving away secrets. And he's in love. And I'm so happy for him. And he just seems like he's on top of the world again. And Patrick Duffy should never be sad. He's got a twinkle in his eye. And when he was going through these sad years, I didn't know what to do for him. I just, you can't fill that hole. That hole has to be filled in the way that it happened for him. He'll never get over Carlin, but now he's got a new love in his life. And like I always say, love is all there is. So who you love and who loves you.
So,
yeah,
He's such a nice guy.
such a nice guy.
Linda Hoban said, I just took a shower with my iPhone against the glass watching your show.
No,
So
I get nervous.
Linda, next time you do that, there's
Turn
a
it.
little round icon that you push that flips the picture around.
Horny old guy, Linda.
Never hurts to suggest things like that.
I got the most beautiful card today, a 75th birthday card from one of you, Gail Linton, I think your name is. And you sent me things that meant a lot to me, sayings that meant a lot to me. And you talked about how God made me perfect because he made me, or she. And I thought, that's bizarre, because I had that thought this year. Have you had low self-esteem in your life ever? Ever? I did. For years, I didn't think I was enough, or pretty enough, or this enough, or any enough. He's the one who made me feel like I was enough. It took me a long time. I was a damaged child, so it took me a long time to find my self-worth. And recently, in my conversations with God, I apologize for being so critical of myself for so many years of my life, because clearly you made me perfect. And I love what you did for me, and thank you so much. And so this card I got today from Gail said exactly that, which was really, really nice. And she also re-quoted what I say at the end of the show, which I have a story to tell you about that at the end of the show. But you have to stay till the end of the show to find out the story of where I got that saying.
If you guys have any birthday messages for Suzanne, the best way to send her a message is on Facebook or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a place where cards are mailed.
Yeah, it was bizarre. This woman must have known somebody who knew somebody who knew me.
Yeah, but if you can,
I normally
send her
don't get
those
it.
Lovely notes. That's where she reads your stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's wonderful.
And you probably think I don't answer everything on Facebook, but I read everything. If I answer yours, then I don't answer hers, then she gets mad because I answered yours. So I kind of have Caroline take care of that, but we talk about it all. So
Who was the woman who had that show in the 70s called Girl Talk? I think it was called. Virginia
Graham.
Okay. And she got a lot of fan mail. This is long before the internet.
Yeah.
She got a lot of fan mail, and her husband, Harry, answered her fan mail.
He did.
And Harry got to the point where he would always include himself in the answer, as if it was coming from her. And Harry's the love of my life.
Respond back when you got an actual letter, and that is one of the great things about social media is that it's instant.
Well, like Alan was just saying, Harry would say, as Virginia, what would I do without Harry? He's the love of my life. I mean, I don't know how I could get through the day without Harry. Now I was noticing that Christine Lakin, who was one of my daughters on Step by Step.
She's Al, right?
Al, she's very active on Facebook, and it's Yolakin. It's called Yolakin. You can look her up. And she's been posting pictures of Step by Step, and she was a doll. I always loved her. She played a tomboy, but she was just so beautiful and feminine. And I always really liked her. And Christopher Castile has grown up. He looks like all my nephews, and he's now a biology teacher, a professor.
I don't know if it's true, but I read that he was a political science.
A political science, yeah. And Stacy, my oldest daughter, who has become a lawyer, and she was always so smart. It's almost a shame she became a lawyer because she was such a fantastic actress. She knew how to bang it across the ping pong table. She was just wonderful.
She had like a long career though. She had 3 great series as a kid.
Yeah. I think ours was the last one. Then she went to law school and probably doing really well. And then there was Brandon, who, unfortunately, when he made money on Step by Step, and he was a wonderful actor, and he bought himself one of those hot rod cars, like a Pontiac or something, lowrider, had lights on the bottom. And he's leaving the studio one day, and he got followed by some gangs who thought he was a gang member, because I'm sure Brandon didn't know this, that low light was like a signal. And he was being chased by them, so he turned into a left, and it turned out to be a cul-de-sac, and they came around, and a gun came out and shot him. Luckily, it grazed his arm, and they took off, and he wasn't killed or anything, but it so shook him up that he left show business, and I don't blame him. Sometimes...
He's so talented. He's a talented guy.
Very. They all were. Yeah. They had natural timing, really natural timing. And and Angela, the beautiful one, they're all beautiful. And she now has a cause for child actors, because I guess it did not end up very well with her and her parents. Although, in defense of her parents did sell the farm, literally, I think in Iowa or someplace, so that they could all move out to Hollywood so Angela could pursue her dreams. And they used to sit in the studio every day. But something went wrong. I don't know. I can't really comment on it, but it sounds like money became an issue. Whose money is it? If it weren't for me, but if it weren't for me, but if it weren't for me, if it weren't for me. And who else?
Those are the parts of, I remember my kids really wanted to be child actors, and I resisted doing that, even though I thought they would have been really good. But, there are the things at the time that you just don't know until you're older and can sort of look back on. There's an upside and a downside in all of fame, as we all know.
I used to bring Bruce on all my shoots because I couldn't afford a babysitter. And on one shoot, they wanted him to be the kids in the Bumblebee tuna commercial. So they'd hand the kids all the stuff to eat, and don't eat till we say action. Then they take action, and then Bruce would go to eat. We'd go, don't eat it. And he's just a little kid. He didn't know he shouldn't eat it. And then everything he started to do, he was an obedient little kid. Whatever they told him to do, he started to do. They go, don't do that. They were yelling at him. And that was the day I thought, I'm not putting him through this. I'm not putting him through this. It was, that wasn't for him.
So,
well, I think in some families it creates an imbalance because then all of a sudden the most money that's coming into the family is coming from a child. And then how do you have Demi Lovato talked about that. She's like, how do your parents discipline you when you're the one who's supporting everyone in the family?
I don't know anything, but I have a feeling maybe that was Angela's situation. I don't know. I really don't know.
So C.A. Johnson said, I have a question about gut renew.
Okay.
With the winter approaching, I'd like to have warm breakfast. Can I mix gut renew with oatmeal or anything warm? I don't want to kill the nutrients.
I wouldn't think that's a problem. Would you, Caroline?
No, it's not a problem.
You can really put gut renew in anything. You can put 2 spoons.
There's a lot of people who eat it with oatmeal.
A lot of people eat it, have it just in a couple of ounces of water. If you're really in a hurry. And there's kind of no wrong way to make a gut renew smoothie. So do what you do. Sprinkle it on your oatmeal. How good. It's the thing about gut renew is it's great tasting. So we've got bundle number 1 and bundle number 2. Have I forgotten anyone? Oh, Josh, my little boy. When they hired, he was so darling. When they hired Josh, the casting call said the cutest little boy in the world, and there was Josh. And what was cute about him is that he was so little, just this little boy, and he talked like that. He's just a little boy, and he just wide-eyed and everything, just perfect. But then Josh, we're on for 7 years. If you start at 6, all of a sudden in year 7 you're 12, and your voice is starting to change, and Josh's voice was starting to change. And when we moved over to I think to Warner Brothers, they let Josh go. Oh, it was so cruel.
Well, remember when you started the series?
When I started the series,
you had a mother and a sister
and
who
a
ran a beauty parlor, right?
Out the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
then
all of a sudden one day they were
my
gone.
sister and my mother were gone, and then the pig. We had a pig. It was the cutest little piglet, but do you know that pigs really are pigs?
That's why they
grow
it.
so fast.
Yeah.
Within like 3 weeks, he was no longer a piglet. He was a pig. So they had to get another little piglet to pretend that was the first pig. And pretty soon the pig was just gone. We didn't mention him again. That's sitcom world.
You know what I think of every time we eat pork?
What?
I remember every night at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
When we were doing 2 shows a night at the Las Vegas Hilton.
Yeah.
We're in the back of a hotel where we had our car parked. And there are these huge trucks backed up to the loading docks.
Right.
And they were there every night. And I said to the guy, I said, what's with the trucks? He said, well, we have 13 restaurants in the hotel, and people leave a lot of food. They don't eat everything on the plate. So we just put it into these big bags, and every night these trucks pull up, and we put all the leftover food into the trucks. I said, so where does that food go? He said, oh, they're pig farmers. They were eating all the leftover food.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it doesn't go to waste, but something to think about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes in like a big ensemble cast like that, when each kid may have a line or two, you know, they made a cut there, probably just for budget reasons. But that's so wrong. He did a great job.
Josh, if you're watching, I loved you.
Yeah, and kids turn into tweens, and tweens turn into teenagers. I don't think television is as much about that picture perfect family anymore. I think we allow for people to grow and develop a little better than it used to. But that was really horrible what they did to Josh.
Maybe television just isn't what television used to be. It morphed into a whole new thing, and I love to laugh, but there's no sitcom I watch anymore. Do you? Are any of you watching a sitcom? gosh, there's so many shows that used to, anything Norman Lear did made me laugh so much. And I was so lucky about a year right before the pandemic. I was at a friend's house who had a lavish dinner party, and Norman Lear was one of the guests. So I always talk to him, and I like him. He's an easy guy. He's really funny. And I said, you know, you're on my bucket list. I said, I really don't want to go back to television. You are the only person who could get me back into the sitcom world. He said, that's a great idea. Let's do that. And then the pandemic came, and then ideas grow whiskers. But anyway, he's one person who could get me back to the sitcom world.
Who's that?
Norman Lear.
Oh, yeah.
He's worth it.
Yeah.
He'd be worth getting up early in the morning. Would he?
Well, it's entirely up to you. Yeah, I've been through 14 movies with you where when
I
the alarm
cry.
goes off at 4:30 a.m., you start crying.
I hate it. I don't want to do movies.
Yeah. So there's a question here from Surfing a Sea. I think this question is for me. Question is, do you wear a bra? Well, only if we're going out to something special, right?
You don't need a bra.
Huh?
You talk.
Did it go down the wrong hole?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's something stuck in her throat. Well, guess
I do.
what
Of
today
course
is?
I wear a bra.
No,
Please
it
use
was for me.
boobs. Oh, okay.
Wanted to know if I wear a bra.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, Caroline?
Today is Chi-Chi's 17th birthday.
Oh, my.
My Maltese, for those of you who don't know Chi-Chi.
How many years in dog world? In
119.
Oh. Well, no wonder she's got all her issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing amazingly.
Yeah.
Amazingly well.
Yeah. Her Chi-Chi is adorable.
There's a butt coming.
Yeah. And she got a limp. And she sometimes drags her butt, and she gets a lot of
And doesn't she have like one or two teeth and that's it?
teeth, tooth, missing a tooth, but it's the tongue. It's out there. And she only really loves Caroline. She's
She
like
just keeps bouncing back.
she's like Caroline's neck piece. Caroline always looks like she's got a white fur around her neck. It's actually her dog.
Yeah, she won't sit on my neck anymore.
Oh no, why?
Probably arthritis. She's just mostly comfortable in her bed.
Oh.
And she just pees on the floor now. She just
Just like me.
doesn't even ask to go out.
You know what?
It's okay. We'll
If you're
just love her every minute we get of her.
If you're 119 years old, just pee on the floor. Who cares? You earned it.
Exactly.
You earned it. Aren't there days, ladies, when you'd like to just pee on the floor rather than walk all the way to the toilet?
Oh.
The other person we haven't talked about is Sasha.
Oh,
Played
Sasha.
Cody.
Sasha. What a monumental talent. Unbelievable talent. Perfect timing. Everything. But what a screw up. And I tell him this to his face. He was so unreliable, but he was so talented that they put up with his behavior. But do you know that when Sasha was in the show, he wasn't in every show because he was too much of a trouble. We'd have to write 2 shows, not me, the writers would have to write 2 shows. One if he showed up, and one if he didn't. So that meant, as the cast, we had to memorize 2 different versions of the same show. I never got mad at Sasha. I always just felt badly that he had some disease, maybe, I don't know, where he just was going to blow it. He was given all this talent, and a lot of people are like that. They're given these great gifts from above and then squander it by not recognizing how great he was. He was the breakout star on our show, like the Fonz was on Happy Days. Happy Days did not star Henry Winkler. It's just that he'd come out in that leather jacket, and the audience would scream, and the producers really realized, oh, here's our breakout. And in a way, Chrissy Snow was the breakout too. I was supposed to be just a quiet one in the background, but the day that I figured out Chrissy Snow, here's Alan Campbell. Hi, Alan Campbell. I went for it. How are you, Alan Campbell?
Well, now that I'm here, I'm fine.
Yeah, that you're close to me.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was such a beautiful letter. Oh,
Thank you.
I'm making pasta tonight.
I love pasta.
I know, you're going to love our dinner tonight.
And it's gluten-free pasta.
No, tonight is not.
What?
What kind of pasta are you making?
That's why I asked you today, what was that? Pappardelle. And I was inspired by you. You made something a couple of weeks ago, and I went, that looks good. And it's pretty much how I build a sauce, too. And so I started building a sauce today, and I thought, I wish I had some of those pappardelle noodles. And it turns out that I did from you, that you brought to me at the other house, that I hadn't finished all of them. So that's what we're doing tonight.
Oh,
You know,
terrific.
I
Well,
can
that
eat-
was your birthday dinner.
Yeah, so this is my birthday dinner.
I can eat
No,
gluten
no,
once
that
in a
is what
while.
I made for your birthday
I know, I
dinner
know.
that we didn't have. The pappardelle bolognese is
Oh,
actually
really?
what I had prepared
Oh.
for your birthday dinner, so I have an enormous pot of it in the refrigerator.
Well, I'm coming on the 18th.
Well,
No, I'm
on
not.
the second.
On the 2nd, yeah.
What did she
Yeah.
say? She has pot in the refrigerator?
No, you need.
He said I have
A
an
hearing
enormous
aid.
pot of
What?
bolognese.
She did not say she has pot in the refrigerator. She has a pot of
Oh.
pappardelle in the
You know, when
refrigerator.
Pierre Trudeau was running for Prime Minister of Canada,
Yeah, and what was that
he was
like?
a little quirky.
Uh-huh.
We double dated with him one night.
We did.
So one of the things that he did when he was on the campaign trail, appealing to the younger generation, you know that expression, there'll be a chicken in every pot? He said, there'll be pot in every chicken.
There you go. Did he get elected?
For 16 years.
Oh,
he
wow. Wow.
did. Yeah.
When I met him, he went, "You're Suzanne Somers." I went, "Yeah, you're
And you're Pierre
Pierre
Trudeau.
Trudeau." Fame is so weird. So weird. So weird.
Yeah. So,
So,
I saw I didn't shave today.
I like when you
I
don't
meant
shave.
to
You got
shave.
that 5 o'clock Tom Ford
Yeah.
shadow. Come over here, because I can't turn my head this way.
Okay.
There was another guy on your show named Jason Marsden.
Oh,
Played
yeah.
Rich.
Yeah, or he was the boyfriend. Not the boyfriend, but the friend of all the boys on the show. Darling, I love doing that show. I wrote at least 3 books on step by step, because I was used to being always in every scene, but when you have a bunch of kids, they rehearse their scenes at different times. So I would sit upstairs and just write. And remember, you were my assistant at that time. And
I was.
And now I'm her assistant.
in the beginning, I've written 27 books, as you know, but in the beginning, I wrote them all longhand. And so as the book progressed more and more, I was carrying around hundreds and hundreds and
No, I was carrying around.
And then we'd go to Europe in the summer and just drive around and look at the countryside, but I never saw it because I was just sitting there writing. Once I get a flow, I can't stop. I'm getting a flow now, and I've got a couple of books just itching to get out of me right now. Isn't that great? I'm so happy about
I know
that.
one of them is going to be a major
Yeah,
bestseller.
I think so.
And we can't talk about it.
All right.
Can't talk about
See, I like to tell everybody everything. I know. Anyway, so
Well, that's your whole cast. James Marsden, he actually became a big voiceover actor. He did really well in voiceover.
Oh, I'm so glad. Is he not still doing it? He must be young.
Yeah, he is. Appeared in a few TV films and movies, and has found incredible success in the world of voiceover acting.
Good for him. That's a great place to find yourself when you're between gigs, or even while you're doing gigs on weekends or late in the day. You can go over and do all the
it. Or if
voiceovers.
that's your gig.
Or if that's your gig, yeah. You do a lot of voiceovers.
I did.
He has the most beautiful voice, doesn't he? When he says good morning to me in the morning, I get,
Well, I say good morning to you after I say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
First I
goes
say I'm
first.
sorry.
That's my first laugh in the morning.
I'm sorry.
I open my eyes, he goes, I'm sorry. Okay, you're forgiven.
Okay, I have to go back to my job now.
Okay,
I may come back later.
all right. I like the new blue glasses.
You look beautiful.
I do.
Yeah. And by the way, these glasses were a gift from daughter Leslie.
And the reason he wears them is he has a sensitivity to bright lights, whether it be headlights in cars or bright lights in rooms. And He has to do that, or he gets like what I call an episode.
I have, what do I have?
Leprospasm.
So if there's anybody out there who knows how to fix this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not too many people have this, I don't think. And it's not a sexy kind of syndrome or disease, so nobody cares. There's no real solution.
I care. I do anything to help you through that.
So,
I do everything.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. The rest of it, everything is 100%.
Yeah. Oh, he's so healthy.
Yeah.
He's strong and healthy, and he can lift and move and do. And
Yeah.
great. I like it. I love your strength.
Yeah. I love your strength too.
Yeah.
And a few people came in late, Suzanne. We had 2 bundles on sale today, guys.
Right.
That's
as
true.
a theme with step by step, we're calling it our step by step skincare kit. So
Well-
Suzanne's going to tell you about a 4-piece kit and a 6-piece kit, and they're on huge discount today.
Okay. So this is I'm going to take you through this step by step, but the first step, every day, every morning, every night, everyday cleanser. The greatest cleanser I've ever used ever in my life. Before this cleanser, I never cared about cleanser. I used Noxzema. This, excuse me, I put all over your face and on your eyes, and it takes off your eye makeup. And you just like rub it in all over. It's got olive based and loaded with emollients, and it's certified toxic free. And then you take a steaming hot cloth and put it over your face. It feels so good. It just opens up all the pores, everything. And then you take the everyday cleanser, the calming toner, which has olive leaf and willow herb in it. And you spray the toner all over, but it doesn't have alcohol or witch hazel. It kind of opens your pores. The reason it opens your pores is to make your skin prepared and ready for the next thing, liquid oxygen, which is like giving your skin a drink. Liquid oxygen is oxygen suspended in liquid. It's got lentil extract, watermelon extract, and apple extract. All good for you stuff. Certified toxic free again, got the insignia, all right? Alan's favorite product. And then Ageless Serum, which is a peptide. Peptides are huge. And it's made from sea algae from purified waters and African birch, which was used as medicine in Africa for centuries. So many other things in here. It's also, we don't sell face masters anymore, but for those of you who've got face master, you can use this as a conductive. And then 2 or 3 times a week, I highly recommend Peach Exfoliating Cleanser. It's this beautiful cleanser. You put it all over your face on dry skin. This you would do before your everyday cleanser. Dry skin, and let it sit for 2 minutes so that it can, a brick wall has mortar between it. Well, the cells in our skin has like what do we call it? Like mortar, but it's not mortar. I'm thinking I have a better word for that. And then once it's sat there for 2 minutes to loosen the alpha beta hydroxy acids, then you scrub real hard as your face can take it, to really just exfoliate, get all the dead stuff off, then rinse and rinse and rinse, and then finally put on your Bioactive Moisturizer. Bioactive Moisturizer is so good because it's loaded with CoQ10, and the reason that's important is every cell in the body has a membrane around it. It's made of protein, fat, and carbohydrate. And then in the center of each cell in your body, you're about 65 trillion cells, is the mitochondria, energy. So when you see old people without energy walking across the street, the only thing that can activate the energy, the mitochondria, is CoQ10. But as we age, our bodies cease to produce CoQ10. And so this Bioactive Moisturizer on your skin, when your little kids have pink flushed skin from being outside and playing? Well, that's because they're making loads of CoQ10 and their mitochondria is working at optimum. But at this age, you want to get that pink, flush, nice, beautiful look. Put the Bioactive Moisturizer on. You've got the liquid oxygen on. You've given your skin a drink. You've put the sea algae on. Your skin's going, that's nice. That's good for the wrinkles. And then you put the Bioactive Moisturizer. This is an incredible set. How much is it, Ellen?
The 6-piece or the 4-piece?
The 6.
The 6-piece is, the retail value is $280.
Yeah.
And the sale price is $149. So that's $80 off
$80
or
off.
46%
Yeah.
discount. Big
Yeah.
time. The 4-piece skincare kit, retail value $165, sale $100. So it's $65 off and it's 40% off.
Okay.
Great deal. You're
All
not going
right.
to see these deals for a long time to come.
Then the second bundle we have
So
is
if you have skin,
is everything in the 6-piece bundle, except you don't get the liquid oxygen and you don't get the peach exfoliating cleanser. You get the cleanser, the toner, the Ageless Serum, and the Bioactive Moisturizer. That's your 4-piece. They're both
That's
great deals.
Great every day.
Every day. Every day.
regimen. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, if you have those 4 pieces, you can get in for under $100. Certified, they're organic, certified, toxic-free.
Yeah.
Beautiful products. And just starting with Suzanne's Ageless Serum and the Bioactive Moisturizer, you are going to really see why people try her line and stick with it, and then they never leave. And
Yeah.
then you can add other pieces to that, but that 4 piece is a great basic way to start.
When I first developed this line, there were certain pieces from the outside that I got at the high-end department stores that I thought I'd never give up. I don't use any of that stuff anymore. I only use this. And I am 75, so let me gloat a little bit. I think it's working. And I'm not terribly wrinkled for my age. These products feel good, but also it's peace of mind. Having had cancer, the one thing I don't want to do is add any more chemicals to my body, because I really believe that that's one of the sources. And I feel good using my product line. I think it's absolutely the best one out there. We are not able to advertise in magazines because if we talk about how great it is to have organic skincare, all the rest of the ones with chemicals will not look so good. So they have more money than we do, so they can advertise. But I don't need them. I have you, and you know.
Well, Sundance Anna said, Suzanne Somers skincare regimen is literally the best. I've been using it for 3 years now, and wow, how amazing. I feel and get younger every day using her products.
Sunset. What a nice thing to say. And I agree with you. We just keep developing more products, but the ones we have, like these are our basics. I couldn't do without these. I wish I could walk you into my bathroom right now so you could just see what's on my sink. This is what's on my sink. Just this. In fact, when I clean up here, I'm going to pick this all up and go put it in my bathroom.
And Dippy Trenacy, the Instagram names, it's hard to tell people's real names, but she said, everyone comments on my skin thanks to your products.
Not nice.
by the way, if people are asking what the code is, there's no code.
Oh.
Just click on the
Oh, okay. No code.
on the group.
So you know what I had done, 3 days ago? From my fall, the final part of my accident. I broke my neck, I broke my spine, broke my hip, my jaw. My jaw has really been hurting me for a long time. So we went into LA the other day. That's why I didn't have a show on Monday. Went to dentist number 1. He said, I think you're going to need a root canal. I go to root canal dentist. Root canal dentist says, actually, you know what? When you had that fall, you cracked those back 2 teeth, and now they're infected. That's why it's all hot and swollen. So we need to pull them out. So they sent me to dentist number 3. I go to dentist number 3. Now it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I got up at 4:30 that morning to leave Palm Springs to get up there. And this great dentist, really great. He talked me through the whole thing. And he said, well, I just got tooth number 1 out. I said, are you there? And then he pulled out tooth number 2, and then he put implants in. And so if any of you've ever done that, it's like the inside of your mouth is like hamburger, and I couldn't go on the air on Monday. I would look like I was in a cartoon, but it's starting to calm down now. So that's what I did this week, and I think my accident is finally over. It's over. Gosh, don't fall. Don't fall. Now I want to tell you something, because I got this beautiful card from this woman today, Gail. And she quoted what I say to you at the end of every show. And I thought it only right that I tell you how this quote came to me. I was in the hospital 10 years ago. I had been poisoned. Somebody put something in my drink. I know it. I can't prove it, but I know it. But anyway, so who cares? I was there. I was fighting for my life. And Alan stayed with me. He was in my little bed with me, and my children, Bruce and Caroline and Leslie, were at the end of the bed. We're all sleeping there, and I wake up because the loudspeaker came on. And the loudspeaker's going, and I look at Alan to see why he's waking. And I look at Bruce and Caroline and Leslie, why aren't they waking up? And then a voice, I heard a voice. And that's the voice that said to me, it's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And I looked at Alan and I looked at my children. I thought I have more love than most people ever do, and I am so grateful. And that's where that saying came from above. So good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your 2 sets. And Caroline, thank you for getting all the information on all the people on Step by Step. If any of the Step by Step people are watching, I love you. I loved working with you. It was the greatest, the greatest, the greatest. Good night, everybody.